here on this snowy plain here at Austerlitz, we have a glorious NTW 3 battle about to take place. And we do have all the historic cores here of the Battle of Austerlitz. I believe we have Buxhoevden here. We do have, I think maybe another Buxhoevden and Bagration, and I think way off in the distance we do have Constantine as well with the Russian guards, and they are facing off against a historic French cause as well. So I imagine we have like Soult, Messena, and I imagine probably the guard is here as well, as we have hussars about to go in, and they look like they're about to descend onto some French cavalry here. Sorry, some French cannons, and they are going to have to deal with these carabineers first. Going to try to go around them. Oh Jesus, artillery comes in, and they sort of get the guns. I mean, I don't know if they're actually going to rout. They are redline. There you go. They did rout, so I guess they did sort of get them there at the end. Kind of did go partly through the carabineers, but also did get around, and they got absolutely blasted there. And that hussar is not coming back with 4 troops left, but it did get that French gun, so that is a win, I guess. So there is another French gun ready to go. So yeah, there you go, an explosive start to today's NTW 3 battle. And yes, I hope you guys are looking forward to some more Napoleonic carnage, as we have some absolute massive gun batteries here. As you can see, the Russians have some 12-pounders, huge old guns up here. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing them in action, along with the cuirassiers. Here we've got some Austrian cuirassiers. And I think way over there as well, we do have yeah, Russian lifeguard cuirassiers as well. So plenty of heavies for today's battle. And yeah, we don't often do Austerlitz. It's been probably a hot minute since we've really been on this map. I think the reason people don't play on it is because of the Pratzen Heights, the famous Pratzen Heights, which Napoleon seizes in history, and kind of baits the Allies off to attack down here towards the village of Telnice. He forced them to attack there, and then he seizes the Pratzen Heights in history. But yeah, we will see whether that happens here today. I imagine these Austrians and these Russians are going to stay probably on top of the hill and try and protect us. The French might have a bit of a tougher time, but it might mean that Telnice and the defense around that might not be so heavily pressured, but we will see. It seems like they're kind of spamming out a lot of infantry here just to try and throw that towards the Russians. They are also, yeah, really pressuring with the cav. You can see we've got more hussars here moving around, and we also do have a 3-pounder horse artillery also moving up to try and start bombarding the French positions. And the French look like they're falling back. They're not going to stand in front of Telnice. They're going to try and bait the Russians and the Austrians into Telnice and then try and melee them by the looks of it. We'll see how that goes. But yes, if you're a fan of all things Napoleonic, I want to see more black powder action, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment show support. And do feel free to send in your own replays. They will get covered on the channel as well. And yeah, you just got to send them into my Discord. The link is down below in the description. That is the best place to send them in, to have them covered, and for me to review your battles. And yeah, this was sent in by a member of my Discord. He said it was a pretty fun one, and it's always nice to come back and do Austerlitz anyway. Looking at the stats, like the end results, having a look at them, it was pretty close to an extent. Certainly the French and the Allies take good chunks out of each other in this one, and I'm really looking forward to seeing some units we don't often see in action. We don't often see the Russian Guard in action, that's for sure. We don't often see Buxhoevden's 12-point core either, or really any of these sort of like era cores. I would say we don't really see 1805 at all. But yeah, it will be interesting to see how they get on. And it is a bit of a odd one seeing like Russian like banners, and then it's actually Austrian units in some cases. It's going to throw me off a little bit. We do have to remember the Austrians are here as well. But yes, got the Cossacks here moving ahead, scouting, looking to see where the French are. Still no real sign. Oh, and here they appear. As I say that, here appear the French. We look like we have some trilliers just for now, moving through the trees, and we also have some cav here. Looks like doing the same thing. Some chasseurs cheval here, also just scouting away. The Telnice looks like it is going to be the main sort of concentration here, as it was in history. Looks like the Austrians and the Russians are going to push towards this, and then they are going to have to try and break through. Whether they're going to have retreat, we'll see. And there is the frozen, I think these are the frozen lakes over here that Napoleon then ends up sort of firing cannons at and destroying the ice, so that the an unnumbered amount of men do fall into the river. Not so many as in the Ridley Scott Napoleon, where it seems like thousands just fall into the ice. It may have been like 100 or so, more likely in history. But we'll see. We'll see whether they have to retreat here today, or will they in fact just be victorious? Will the Allies change history? We'll see. I really don't know if this 3-pounder's coming or if it's going. I think it's going again. Yeah. Doesn't like his position he's got set up there. The French, you can see, dug in behind these fences, these walls here, trying to use the extra cover. So they got plenty of troops to defend there. They got artillery straight down this road here. This looks like a 12-pounder or an 8 or a 12. It certainly looks like a very big gun. That's not going to be able to be easily maneuvered out of there. I think that's there to stay by the looks of it. And yeah, more French infantry gathering here. Don't know where the Carabiniers are. Oh, they're still here. It's still on the front lines, you know, causing a problem. I mean, I feel like the French in this era are quite good all-rounders. They can shoot, they can melee quite well. So it's going to be a tough ask here for the coalition. I feel like one of their downsides might be their cavalry, because I feel like most of these early period sort of corps don't really have like any good dragoons to support them, or it's either heavies or it's light. It's either one or the other. There's no in between. You don't get the medium sort of like dragoons or really like hussars or like a lot of lancers really available to you. It's just chasseur cheval, maybe the odd hussar, and then heavies. While dragoons really make up the backbone of the French cav, I would say. Probably going to go over here now and find dragoons. Yeah, here we go. Here are some dragoons. So maybe I take it back. Maybe some of them do have dragoons. Oh my gosh, yeah, maybe they do. Wow. Okay, I take it back. I know nothing about Napoleon. Apparently they do have plenty of dragoons. All on this flank, though. Whether this is a cav corps, this seems like an awful amount of dragoons. This could be the case. It could be a cav corps. I don't know if 1805 has one. It might do. It must have a Murar, I would have thought. It might be that is the case. I can't remember what French corps were brought in, because we have the damn fog of war. We can't tell ourselves. But yeah, I'm guessing that maybe they have Murar. It seems like a lot of cabs just appear on that flank there. But the fight for Telnice is starting to get started, it seems. The Grens is here. They're starting to chip away. They are getting a bit of a flank here, flanking shot down the street. It's kind of stopping the French from being operational. The musketeers are going. I imagine the Russians are going to be used for the melee, and then the Austrians are going to be there for shooting. And I imagine both sides, like the coalition, have probably brought a decent mixture of the two. Grenadiers, Phanagoria. So they have got some Grenadiers as well. And they've got some squarables here just in case any cavalry comes into play for the French, but it doesn't seem like this force over here at Telnice has any cav at all. It seems like quite a small force of infantry and a gun, because yeah, these Uhlans here are in behind. They'd probably be able to see if anything else was building up for the French. And I can hear melee. I can hear melee, but I can't see any melee. Whether it is, I think it might be just something retreating, and that's just being cut down. That's got to be the case. These Carabiniers here, though, yeah, they're getting absolutely pounded. So they're starting to be dropped here by either artillery or by infantry. They're just having to hide behind houses now. They're not really in a safe spot. These guys are kind of a fast-moving grenadier, though. That can also shoot pretty well, so they do need to be able to hold on to those guys. Looks like something else is... What else is routed over here? Chasseur Cheval routed. I don't know what they dashed for, but they've routed. Looks like we're going to see a whole load of trilliers and skirmishers moving up here. Look at this skirmisher screen. This is incredible. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 skirms there, and then there's another 3 over here. So yeah, they're really going to skirm their way up this hill. Don't blame them. They'll screen their assault. I mean, this is, yeah, obviously this attack on Telnice here, these guys are pushing way ahead of actually the French line. They're actually in behind the French. There are these hussars that they could just sweep on around and help with the hill assault. But yeah, look at this. They're just moving on up. The French, I feel like they're not assembled properly. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they are. We just can't see them in the fog of war. But the skirmishes here are getting absolutely bombarded. Poor guys. They really are. And here we go. Looks like the battle for Telnice is starting to see a bit of a melee phase here. Well, Hussars going in. Looks like these French here couldn't form square. Probably why they're at the back of the city. Town. And there you go. They got rid of them. The Hussars having some effect inside the city. You don't often see that. Can I get another volley off here? The Frenchies try and rout those guys. Yeah, I feel like they've got the French player here exactly where they want them. He's just, they're systematically damaging him. And actually, these Uhlans here going through this little street as well. They're going to get this general. Did not see that coming, but there you go. And they got the general and the gun. And that is surely GG now, I would have thought. Boy, there you go. That's the general dead. That's got to be GG, I would have thought, for this this French player in this corner here. The Uhlans there doing a bit. I don't know why we're getting a little bit of lag, but we are. And here come the Hussars again. They're just going to try and smack these guys. The infantry, if you can just also descend onto that, they've got a good chance of they're just mass routing all these Frenchies right now. It just seems too easy for the Uhlans, but they have finally routed them. The Hussars might get out of there. The infantry just needs to move up. I would just just be super aggressive now. You've got rid of the general. Be super aggressive if you want to be. You've got a grenadier in this building as well, so it's gonna be tough to get rid of that unit. They are redlining right in front of it. They're just getting outgunned. It's like I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4 units probably firing at them, and there's an artillery piece there, and there you go. They're routed. Is that another cav unit gone as well for the French? It is. Another chasseur cheval again. What are they dashing for? Don't really know what they're dashing for. Maybe going up here, going for the guns. Yeah, looks like they're going for guns. Here comes the French lines though. Whether they'll be able to outgun these Russians, I don't know. And these Austrians. Looks like combatant winning for the Austrians, and Russia's winning as well. If Russia's winning in a line fight, that's never a good sign. Even if they break through, there is a lot of Austrian cuirassiers waiting in behind. And a musketeer Moscow, which is a pretty good unit if I remember correctly. And the guards now arriving as well here. Yeah, Russia set up nicely on this hill. Looks like France is... I mean, he's got some infantry out here. It definitely seems like this army is definitely much more just cav spam. I mean, if they can try and smash through here. The Russians seem like they're kind of a bit thin on the ground. Not protecting their gun here, though. The Russians are going to get this free kill. Cossacks here. Going to get that easy French artillery kill. And there you go. And they're going to be in and out, I think, before those French dragoons even get close to them. That is a great shame there for the French losing an artillery piece. I think they're going to get some of these Cossacks. They might actually get these guys with an artillery. Actually hit the French dragoons as well and did some damage to them. And there you go. The Cossacks are routed. And we'll go back to the main front line over here. And here we go. We're going to see an assault here from the French. Looks like they're sending in dragoons. They're going to try and storm these guns. And the big gun unit is going to get, damage. I think it's a guard unit, technically. But no, they have like the golden band around their head, so I suggest they're a guard. The lifeguard Hussars getting in there, and the dragoons have been repelled. Is that 2 units of dragoons that went in there? Looks like it. They've captured some buildings, which is, I guess, good. Good for them. Have they captured... Oh, I thought how they captured Telnice, but they haven't. They just captured more here. Here come the French, though. They're assaulting, sort of like, between this long building here, and then they're going to go kind of to the left of the hill and try and assault there, and then, I guess, move up the hill. That's probably their plan. France here moving quick and speedily. They need to, with their ally being destroyed in Telnice, they need to get a move on. French are about to assault, and here we go. Looks like Grenadiers going in. leading the way. Should break through them. They're redlining already. I mean, yeah, that's a concern there for Russia and Austria. If they break a couple of these, they're going to affect the other ones behind. Cuirassiers are going to have to be sent in soon. I think Telnice has fallen. By looks of it, looks like it has been lost in control of the Allies, and the French are slowly getting beaten there. It seems that's a shame. I think poor Marshall just got slightly overwhelmed. But back to the main fight. France is through, and here go the Cuirassiers. They're going in. These are the Austrian ones. Cossacks here trying to break the Tirailleurs, and then there's after that Dragoonian. I don't know what they're really planning to achieve there, just split the line. I don't know, yeah, exactly what the plan was, but yeah, look at that, breaking through so many routing Allied units there. Cuirassiers is going to have to probably pull back. We've got Lifeguard Hussars going in. It's all well and good, but they need infantry support. They're not going to break through on their own. And over on this side over here, France again, also look at that, just throwing back the Russians at the moment here. They've done a great job getting rid of this sort of force defending the Pratzen Heights at the moment. Can they take this building? France also has troops out here clearing out some of these musketeers. It's good to see. And looks like a building. They lost a building. I think it's this one here. The French have occupied. Yeah, the French have got grenadiers inside that building there, I think, and have claimed it from the Russians. So well done to them. Yeah, France is kind of, you know, making some progress here. And we're back. I just tried to run and fiddle with the lag a little bit, and hopefully it should now be sorted out. Hopefully, I say that as still get a bit of lag. I don't know why we are getting some lag. Don't usually. There you go. The French have been squared there, and they have been forced back by the Austrian square. So yeah, I think it has now sorted itself out. I think it's just pausing the replay sometimes. Poor Napoleon needs to catch up with itself. Telnice has been fully cleared out now, and I'd say that I think the coalition pretty much come out of that intact. They haven't got any units really sort of like apart from cavalry that are like have been routing. All their infantry I think is pretty much intact by the looks of it, which is an incredible win for them. They've got some dragoons still as well to bring to the play, but these guys can pretty much advance and come into the backs of the French advance here. The French do a great job getting up this hill, or they had been anyway. Looks like they're now having to run into the guards. The Russian guard are now the next force to deal with. And then after, and it looks like maybe some, are these all guards as well? Wow, they have a lot more guards than I thought. Oh, these are line infantry as well. I thought were the guards you get. I mean, they're actual line infantry. Huge units as well. Well, I say huge, 164, pretty average sized unit. If you bring like the theatre of war, like guards, you get like 200 man units. It's insane. But yeah, they're now having to hold back fairly considerable French force here, the Russian guards. These guys can all square as well, so they're not going to be in any danger of being charged by cavalry, like a lot of other units are, as some French actually repel some Cossacks there. Well done to them. More meleeing taking place here. Bagration holds back more French infantry. Bagration is certainly bleeding. I think he's stretched over quite a long front here, trying to hold off what potentially could be 2 French armies, or just certainly one very large one. I think I'm going to go with its 2 French ones against Bagration. There's definitely one French player that's gone up against the Guard and also Buxhoven. And yeah, it looks like the other Buxhoven here is now trying to obviously get back and save his allies. Still have that Cuirassier very much healthy. The Guard is also sort of force the French back. And yeah, the Cuirassiers here can also probably start to swing around. They're going to need some cav on that flank there to deal with the Cuirassiers or the French of some sort. They've got quite a few cav units back here, but nothing really, you know, actually going forward to maybe to deal with that Cuirassier. They haven't got any heavies, but just some mediums and some muskets, and you might force them back. You never know. General there, Bagration is actually very close to the front lines. Tirailleurs actually descending onto him now. Russia has been routed here. But France, yeah, is also now being forced back, it seems. A bit of a trade-off going on here. And there you go, yeah, France is starting to get rid of what remains of Buxhoven. If they can just get a move on quickly, they can hit the side of these guards, but they need to be quick because the lifeguard cuirassiers are descending as well. And look at this. The Russian guards go in. And with the Austrian cuirassiers and the lifeguard cuirassiers, they're going to get a lot done. I just advance with all the guards now. Get them into melee. Imagine being a Frenchie, you're just like fighting here casually, minding your own business. And in the back lines, you see the Russians and their guards are moving forward. Just sort of peppy. But the French are also arriving, they need to get a move on. If they can side charge here, they could possibly save this whole enterprise here in a moment. And yeah, there you go, the cuirassiers moving in. I don't know why we are getting so much like lag on this one. Maybe it is a replay, I don't know. But I do not know. But yeah, here we go. French generals now starting to retreat. Well, he's actually getting chased. He's not retreating. He's having to advance almost because he's getting surrounded, about to get attacked here by cuirassiers. And there's French forces here getting just surrounded and taken out by heavies. And the little enterprise to try and save that advance is doomed. As grenadiers go in, fighting the Russian guardsmen. The cuirassiers are routing. Oh, they got routed by a square. I was going to say, that's still a healthy cuirassier hunt. They only lost 50 guys. The lifeguards are still very healthy. There you go. The grenadiers are pretty much gone. Looks like the French are resorting their sort of flank here. The victorious French. Having defeated Bagration pretty much. They now have to face down what is Constantine and it looks like one of the Buxhovens and maybe bits of Bagration. I don't know if he's really still in this game or not. But yeah, really just Buxhoven and also Constantine looks like pretty much left. Bagration is on the field with some elements, and since he has the general alive, he's still got a chance of surviving. Looks like he's managing to still, you know, inflict a few losses here. Wittgenstein actually with his not cuirassiers, his hussars doing his bit there. Yeah, with the arrival of this pretty healthy Buxhoven from Telnice, the French are going to have a bit of a problem. They've got a bit of an overload going on because, you know, they've got enough to face off against Constantine and his guardsmen and those cuirassiers. But yeah, the Buxhoven force arriving is going to cause a little bit of an overload here. As you can see, it's just musketeers shooting at cavalry. There's no actual infantry really to reply. Otherwise, the cav just has to kind of stand vaguely in this direction and just kind of hold the flank. It's going to start taking losses. Not really what you wanted to be doing, just soaking up musket balls. Again, where the lifeguards here, like not the lifeguards, but where the guardsmen here for the Russians can just kind of go down the middle. Certainly when those trilliers are occupying the space. I mean, they could do it now, potentially. There's no Frenchies that are just kind of occupying the space. Just move forward and then try and hit the flank. And we've got Wittgenstein's hussars there fighting on against dragoons. They're getting support now from Ulan. And looks like Russia's going to win that, but he's going to take a bit of a loss. Bagration's still running away. Don't blame him. He is being hotly chased here by another French army. And it says it's going to be the French to go in. The French are going to melee. That seems really odd. I mean, I feel like at no point was it's stacked in their favor to go into this. I mean, the Russian guards are tough to deal with. They're good at melee and also they can shoot pretty well. There aren't a lot of them, which is what their problem is. And it looks like over here, yeah, again, just kind of standing off. Buxhoven needs to get a move on. Just keep pushing forward. Constantine got the French in a bit of a vice, firing on from multiple directions. And there you go, another volley as another incoming French regiment gets itself blown up on those French muskets. sorry, on Russian muskets. If it was French muskets, this is a French civil war and something's gone seriously wrong. And yeah, again, looks like... Oh, it looks like, again, France went in. He's kind of had to go in to save his tirailleurs. Hussars against Chasseurs Cheval. I think the Chasseurs Cheval are probably going to lose. Probably because they're rousing allies around them. Then actually, Russia is getting friendly fired. So maybe it go either way. They're really good. There you go. That's an Austrian Hussar there breaking. And it's going to be a secondary charge here now from more Hussars of Austria. And again, routed by the Hussars. The French really low on cav. And it looks like also on a bit of a low on a will to live. But here we go, cav going in. They could form square. I don't know what they did. Well, I don't know, they might have. They might have given the order to form square. Yeah, the cavalry will start to rear up, but they smashed that unit anyway. Dragoons now, yeah, pretty much stuck in melee. And we're going to get a response here from the allies. They're going to charge in. They're going to deal with these trillios over here. So Hussars will deal with them. There we go. Blast them away, boys. Do your worst. Get a little flank going on here. I don't know if France will form square with any of these guys, but they've kind of just gone through the gap of evacuations units here. Just a general on the front line now. France is pretty much defeated, I think. We're just waiting on this French player. I think here he's just going in. He knows the game's up, I think. He's just going to try and get what kills he can. I mean, this player here, whoever it is, does a pretty decent job in that left flank. It's a shame Telnice is so poorly, like, I mean, I think that's the idea, is historically was poorly defended. Oh geez, that's not good from the French there. Just letting their cav get blasted for free by Jaeger. Yeah, it was historically poorly defended, that's why they got baited in. They just did not have the resolve to hold on. And Soult's attack onto the Pratzen Heights did in the end kind of fail. And France going in for another melee charge here. Again, going to run into squares of the Russian guard. Not really learning a lot there. And again, the French are going to lose. And now we're going to see the Russian guards get committed into this fight. They're going to charge in. Charging Laguerre. Probably the weakest, the link. They are light infantry, not really supposed to be in melee. Here we go, yeah, an all-out assault now from the Russians into all of the French, and then, yeah, they're breaking a couple of these, just shooting at them, and it's just causing a knock-on effect down the line as France's infantry just starts to break. And it looks like it managed also to get a lot more of these guys into melee over here. More Jaeger. This French infantry looks like it's going to go in. Whether these lifeguards is going to be committed, it looks like I think everything now for France has been committed in just one last throw of the dice. And also maybe partially like an acceptance of defeat, not trying to prolong the game, which I respect. Yeah, looks like, I mean, it's France has got a few guys returning. Oh, that unit doesn't even have a marker. But it has returned for now until it gets cut down by Hussars. And yeah, these guys are all just now mass routing. And there you go. The Battle of Austerlitz is going to be changed here today. It seems as though Russia and Austria are going to win. I'd say relatively decisively. I wouldn't say that was the closest one in the world that we've covered. It was a fairly fun one still. France had an early success getting to the top of this hill here. Telnice was kind of just set them back from minute one. But yeah, I just feel like they just did not have the means to break through, it seems. It's just that guard line that appeared to save the day. Whether they could have, forced, if they managed to sort of like, I don't know, do a lot more damage to the Telnice front, then maybe it would have drawn in more allied troops and they've had less on the hill. I don't know whether they weren't allowed to, I don't think they were allowed to send stuff to help but Telnice either, the other Frenchies. But if they were, then they maybe should have gone over there and helped out and tried to defeat them. But yeah, fun one nonetheless. Good to be seeing Austerlitz once again. And it's nice to see the Allies win, actually, prove the haters wrong. They can beat the French at Austerlitz. It's doable. And yeah, the French are just moving forward now. Just fast forward as we wait for those last few units to get in there. And yeah, I think we're just waiting for the French cav to rout. We just got this infantry to get pushed forward again. I think all generals being routed or killed off. There you go. The musketeers occupying this building here. Forgot that they kind of held on to that one. Did the French? I don't know what was in there, if anything. They've recaptured it anyway. And the French, yeah, just charge in basically at lines. And these musketeers here will probably get rid of them. The Grenzers as well definitely will blast these guys to pieces. There you go. And it also looks like the cuirassiers, the Austrian cuirassiers as well, which had routed earlier, and now returning. And they could also just swan in if they wanted to and help rout these French. But it's not going to be needed. The French are just going to rout of their own volition after charging into musketeers. And there you go. That is today's battle. I mean, there's not a lot left. Looking at the Russians here in this picture, there's not like a lot of them left. It's just not a bad fight. I mean, hopefully you got the end results so you can see the kills. I think the coalition did struggle a little bit looking at the kill count. This was sent in, I believe, from Johnny Le Buffoon's perspective. He's playing as the Russian Guard, his life guards, getting 295 kills. Is incredible. And another one of his infantry had 250 kills, 245, 185 kills with the Jaeger, like light infantry. Lifeguards, and then 159 kills, 150 kills or more of his infantry, 143, 114. His hussars, yeah, getting 63 kills is the lowest kill count of anything he's got. But yeah, not a bad day for the Russian Guard, that is for sure. And yeah, if you want to see more NTW3 battles covered on the channel, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show support. Do check out some of the videos appearing on your screen. And I'll see you folks in the next NTW3 battle. But until then, bye for now.